Hi, I'm Swapnika Singh, course instructor for Geotechnical Engineering. In this presentation, we will go through the next index property, that is water content. Water content is found out if we know the mass of water and the dry mass of the soil. So it is determined by dividing the mass of water by the dry mass of the soil multiplied by 100. So we can write the formula to find water content as mass of water divided by dry mass of soil, that is MS, multiplied by 100 will give us the water content. There are various methods to find water content. Those are, first one is oven drying method, which is a laboratory method, and this is known to be an accurate method. That means it will give us the accurate value of water content of the soil sample. Second is sand bath method, which is called as field method. That means in field we are going to determine the water content. This is rapid, but it is not very accurate. That means this method will give us the value of water content in less span of time, but it is considered to be a method which would not give us the accurate value of water content. Third is alcohol method. Fourth one, calcium carbide method. Fifth is pycnometer method. Next is radiation method, and last one is torsion balance method. First one is oven drying method, which is conducted as per IS code 2720 part 2 1973. To begin with, clean the container which would have lid and then measure its mass. So empty mass of the container will be M1. Next, take the required quantity of the soil specimen in the container, which would be crumbled and which would be placed loosely also, and now measure the mass of the container along with the soil sample. So the mass noted for the second time will be M2. Later on, the whole setup will be kept in oven in order to dry it, and the temperature maintained would be 110 plus or minus 5 degrees Celsius. And drying of the sample has to be carried out for 24 hours. That means the container along with the soil sample will have to be kept in oven for about 24 hours. After 24 hours, we need to take out the container along with the soil sample out of the oven, remove the lid and cool it in the desiccator. Later on, record its mass, which will be M3. So we have noted down M1, that is empty mass, M2, that is mass of the container along with the soil sample, and M3 is the mass of the container along with the dry mass of the soil sample. So water content W can be found out using formula W is equal to M2 minus M3 divided by M3 minus M1 into 100. Next is sand bath method. This is a quick field method which is employed when an electric oven is not available for drying of wet soil. In oven dry method, we saw that we had used oven in order to dry the soil sample. But if in case oven is not available, we would use sand bath method. The principle of determination of water content in this method is same as that of oven drying method, except that the drying of the wet soil is done using a sand bath. And this sand bath will give us the value of water content within 0.5 to 1 hour. In oven dry method, we saw that we need to keep the soil sample in the oven for 24 hours. But whereas in case of sand bath method, you would get the value of water content within 0.5 to 1 hour. It is more suitable as a field test. Sand bath method is a field test, whereas oven dry method is a laboratory test. That means it is conducted in laboratory. The result obtained by sand bath method is less accurate than that which is obtained by oven drying method, which is a accurate method. There is no control over temperature during drying in sand bath method, hence it may not give us the accurate value of water content. And this method should not be used if the soil contains significant amount of gypsum, calcareous matter or any organic matter. To begin with, a clean, dry, non-corrodable container with lid is taken and its weight is noted down, which will be W1. The required quantity of undisturbed soil sample is taken and it will be placed in the container, and the weight of the container with lid and the wet soil is found out, which will be W2. So empty weight of the container is W1 and weight of the container along with the soil sample is W2. The container with wet soil is placed on a sand bath and is heated until all the water has evaporated. And this process takes about 0.5 to 1 hour. The soil is mixed using a palette knife to ensure that at the bottom it is not overheated. And care also should be taken here to see to it that the sand bath is not too hot and does not exceed the temperature of 110 plus or minus 5 degrees Celsius. The container now containing dry soil is then cooled in a desiccator with the lid closed. The weight of the dry soil with the container has to be noted down and it will be W3. And now the water content can be determined in terms of mass as M2 minus M3 whole divided by M3 minus M1 into 100. And here we have noted down weight. So in terms of weight, the formula for W will be W2 minus W3 divided by W3 minus W1 into 100. Next is alcohol method. Here in this figure we can see the evaporating dish in which the moist soil sample is placed. If this soil sample contains large lumps, then it has to be broken and crumbled and later on it has to be placed in the dish. The mass of wet soil sample has to be noted down. Later on, methylated spirit, which is known as alcohol, has to be mixed into the soil sample. The quantity of alcohol required should be 1 milliliter for every gram of soil sample. Later on, the mixture has to be turned several times with the help of palette knife to get the uniform mixture. The mixture has to be stirred with the help of knife while the ignition is going on. After methylated spirit has burnt away completely, the dish is allowed to be cooled and the mass of dry soil which is left out has to be obtained. Finally, the water content can be determined using formula W is equal to M2 minus M3 divided by M3 minus M1 into 100, where M1 is mass of empty dish, M2 is mass of evaporating dish plus wet soil sample, and M3 is mass of dish plus dry soil. Fourth one is calcium carbide method, which is also known as rapid moisture method, which is conducted as per IS 2720 part 2 19 73. It is called as rapid moisture method because it gives the value of water content within 5 to 7 minutes. To begin with, 4 to 6 gram of moist soil sample is placed in a moisture meter, which is shown over here in this figure, and then calcium carbide, that is CaC2, is added to the soil sample. Due to the reaction of calcium carbide with water, acetylene gas, that is C2H2, is released, and this gas exerts pressure on the surface of the moisture meter, and dial gauge will give the value of pressure exerted by the gas. From the calibrated scale of pressure gauge, the water content is determined. That means, by knowing the value of the pressure exerted by the gas, we will be able to find the water content of the soil sample with the help of the calibrated scale. Fifth one is pycnometer method, which is also a rapid method of water content determination of soil whose specific gravity G is accurately known. And this method is usually suitable for coarse grained soil, as the entrapped air is likely to cause a significant error in the determination of water content for fine grained soils. To begin with, the pycnometer has to be clean and it has to be dry, and its mass will be noted down as M1, which will be in terms of gram. Later on, 300 gram of wet soil has to be taken and is placed in the pycnometer, and its mass will be M2. Later on, distilled water has to be added into the pycnometer containing the soil sample up to half its height, and it has to be stirred thoroughly with the help of a glass rod. Later on, water has to be added till the mix is flush with the hole in the conical cap, which is fixed on top of the pycnometer. Later on, we need to dry the pycnometer from outside and note down its mass, which will be M3. At the end, we need to remove all the contents present in the pycnometer, and it has to be cleaned thoroughly, and finally add water up to the top level of the hole in the cap, and its mass will be M4. And the value of specific gravity has to be known, as already been mentioned, in order to find water content by pycnometer method, and this value of G has to be found out by conducting the experiment in order to get the value of G. So, water content in percent will be M2 minus M1 divided by M3 minus M4 into G minus 1 divided by G minus 1 into 100%. There will be 3 values of water content which will be determined. That means 3 trials have to be conducted. So, average value of water content will give us the final value of water content. Next is radiation method. In this method, radioactive isotopes are used for finding water content of soil. A device which contains radioactive isotopes material such as cobalt-60 is placed in a capsule and is then lowered into the steel casing A, which is shown in this figure, and then this setup is placed in the bore hole. Here there is an opening in the steel casing through which rays would come out. There is a detector which would be placed by the side of it, and this detector will be kept in the steel casing B. which also has got opening at the bottom. Neutrons are emitted by the radioactive materials, and the hydrogen atoms in the water of the soil cause scattering of the neutrons. As these neutrons strike with the hydrogen atoms, they lose their energy, and this loss of energy is proportional to the quantity of water which is present in the soil sample. This detector is calibrated to give the water content directly, and this method is extremely useful for the determination of water content of the soil on site. This method has to be conducted carefully as it may lead to radiation problems if proper shielding precautions are not taken. Next is torsion balance method. The infrared torsion balance method allows rapid and accurate determination of water content, and the result of water content can be obtained within 15 to 30 minutes. The maximum size of particles in the soil sample should not be greater than 2 mm because the quantity of soil sample which is used for test is only 25 gram. In this method, weighing and drying is done simultaneously. Hence, it is useful for soils which quickly reabsorb moisture from the environment after drying. The torsion balance is calibrated to give water content directly. In this method, infrared lamp and torsion balance micrometer is used for rapid and accurate determination of water content. The infrared radiation is provided by 250 watt lamp built in the torsion balance for use with an alternating current, that is 220 to 230 volt of 50 cycles single phase main supply. The soil sample is kept in the sample pan of the infrared lamp and then it is spread evenly. Infrared lamp is started and the temperature has to be maintained at 110 degrees Celsius. The water content can be read directly from the drum scale. When the pointer of the drum scale becomes stationary, it indicates that the soil sample has dried. That means it has attained constant mass, as there won't be any fluctuations in the water content. This reading is the water content based on the dry weight, that is W dash. And finally, water content will be obtained using formula W is equal to W dash divided by 1 minus W dash. These are some of the references. Thank you.